All right, let's look at some corollaries of the inscribed angle theorem. If you've never heard that word corollary before, it's a fancy mathy way of saying like a follow-up rule. It's based off of something that's already been proven, like the inscribed angle theorem. So we don't need a separate proof for it, but it's kind of like a special case scenario. So let's look, before we put some definitions down, let's look at this little graphic I pulled up on mathisfun.com. At the bottom circle here, we have angle B inscribed to arc AC, and it looks like it's 79 degrees. And I am going to move the point B so that it's still inscribed to the arc AC, but it's in a different place. So I'm going to move it like over there, or I'm going to move it over here, or I'm going to move it way over there. And hopefully you're noticing that the angle B is not changing in measure. It's staying at 79 degrees. So that is the first corollary here. Inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. They're congruent or equal. Okay. Now the second corollary, I'm going to use this circle I have below. Let's look at this arc AC. Now, I can tell, normally we can't assume, but I can tell that AC, the line, is the diameter because they're showing me O here, so they're telling me it's going through the center of the circle. So it's not an assumption. I know that AC, the line, is the diameter. What did I mention about circles? That they're not going to be like, here's a song and dance, like, look at this, look at this. A half a circle, a semicircle, this is 180 degrees. They're not saying that, but we need to know that if the diameter is cutting off the circle, so it's a semicircle, that this is 180 degrees. So why is that important? Well, if we are inscribing this angle B to a semicircle, this is why it's a corollary, because we could technically figure this out ourselves, right? The measure of angle B is equal to half of the measure of the arc it intercepts, which is 180, which is 90 degrees. So the measure of angle B is a right angle. So the corollary says an angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. Okay, and then if we want to tie in that first corollary here, well, let's say I threw this point D on the circle, okay, and then I inscribed it to the same arc, AC, well, now that's a right angle. I could draw lots of different angles that are inscribed to this same arc, and they're all going to be right angles.